Hi guys, can I just say a couple things? I hope this inspires you because I know a lot of people are really like 2020, I can't take it anymore, and are really feeling like this is the year of all years. But let's just take the pandemic aside, just taking the pandemic out of 2020, and because when you think about the pandemic, I mean, it is the first global pandemic we've experienced collectively in over 100 years. So we're all new at this. But taking that aside, I mean, 2020 is just kind of a normal year, isn't it? I mean, I think it's really important to keep that in context and perspective. We have to remember climate collapse is really making weather patterns much more violent and destructive. But if we think about everything else that we're blaming on 2020, I think in the scheme of planet Earth, it's really kind of like, oh, that's life here. And I think about, like, not just in the history of humanity, but also the history of the planet some 4.5 billion years ago, like microbes fighting to become you and I, and sulfuric acids and other poisonous gases in the atmosphere that it took a while to become oxygenated so the planet could be a hospitable place for us to live. So, I mean, the genesis itself of life here the stasis isn't about being at peace, although that is the set point we should always strive for. The second thing is I think the pandemic, it made me realize, like, it's a tragedy, and yet it's a blessing because we are on this pause, we are becoming aware of so many things that we really have to take care of, we have to take a look at, we have to address. And I think had the pandemic not happened, we'd just be going about our day, like completely oblivious to things that we could not continue apace without, seeing sort of the destructive end of things. So it is a blessing. And similarly, I know Ruth Bader Ginsburg passing is really sad and it has a lot of ramifications. However, if we want to keep her legacy alive, I think that the importance of voting, if you care about women's reproductive rights, if you care about healthcare, if you care about climate crisis, if you care about LGBTQ rights, immigrant rights, social justice movement, then this is yet another opportunity to galvanize us, to get us out to vote. And I want to end with this, why we keep talking about why voting is so important. And in terms of climate, I just want to mention something from this book by Tatiana Schlossberg. She says, I mean, we have to vote, kids. She says, very few politicians, if any, have paid any price for not only not leading, but also for holding us back from addressing this impending disaster. Yes. So they have made the fight for climate change worse. So, I think it's really because of their inaction, it's going to become more dangerous, more treacherous, and more destructive. So we have to vote for people that are actually going to do something. Okay, so there's a lot to really be inspired by and see the blessings of the underside of the destruction, and sending you peace.